Muslim because...
Avery, did you say your name is?
Yes, sir.
Avery, I'm Mansur.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
First time here in Speaker's Corner?
Yes, sir.
All right. Stay there. Stay there. If you got the cameras, have a conversation. This side.
Please.
Excuse me. Right.
Face us, otherwise he wants to control the place. Face us.
So, some people say go this way, some people go that way. What's going on?
We need room.
Right. So now. So Avery, the question I asked you is, why are you not a Muslim?
Can we come this way?
No, I'm not going to go. Let the cameras move. I'm not moving.
We're going to stay on this side.
Wait. Let me strap here. Bro, let me strap here, then you can move away.
Yeah, face to face. That's perfect.
Right, cool.
All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Right, cool. There you go.
Go ahead. Ignore them.
This is German. German. You lot are German.
Go ahead.
So, it's a load, kind of a loaded question, but also like something specific.
Who's this? Take it away. Brother, this TV in your pocket. Yeah.
So one reason why I reject Islam is because, as a Christian, the words of Jesus are important to me. And so the Quran mentions how Jesus said that a messenger named Ahmed will come after him.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead.
And so, obviously, being a Christian, if Jesus ever mentioned a messenger to come after him named Ahmed, I definitely believe it. I would believe in that messenger. I believe that, he's a prophet of God that brought the message of God, and I'll go with it. However, I don't see any evidence of that. So I see evidence of the contrary. So that's a huge reason why I would say I reject this.
Right. So if you were not a Christian, you would reject Islam because it mentions something that goes against the Bible. Would that make sense?
It's not just something that goes against the Bible. It's saying it's making a positive claim.
Let me rephrase what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
If you didn't know anything about Christianity, would your rejection of Islam still be valid the way you explained just now?
Yes.
Right. So the Quran says Christ talked about someone to come after him, whose name will be Ahmed, and you, whether you're a Christian or you have no knowledge of Christianity, you think because of that you reject Christianity.
Yeah, and here's the reason why. It's because if I'm investigating the claims. As an investigator, I'm trying to verify, okay, is he telling the truth? So when I go and I investigate and I don't see anywhere in any history where Jesus mentioned Ahmed to come after him, I'm like, oh, this book is false. It's making a false claim.
Very interesting. So as an investigator, you have investigated and looked into what this claim Jesus made. Firstly, where has he made these claims? The writings you've read yourself in Greek, in Hebrew, in Aramaic. So you've learned of all these languages and investigated, right?
I've looked into the text.
So if a text is in Greek, you've looked into the Greek text, you've understood it, fine, good. So you've investigated the early reports about Christ, the ones that talks about Christ himself, and you have made yourself a good investigator, a good critic, and say this kind of writing is authentic and acceptable and reliable. For example, when we look at writings about Christ in the Gospel of St. Thomas, for example, 114 sayings, or in the Gospel of Judas, in the Gospel of Infancy, right? In the Gospel of Mary, none of which are in the Christian canon, in the Bible that Christians follow today. But these were written by people who thought they were following Christ, who thought they were following the teaching of Christ, what Christ preached. So you investigated them and you considered, so you have all of these writings, the four in the New Testament, in your New Testament, and the other 45 or so that we know of extant in various manuscript traditions, and you said, okay, this is reliable, this is not. So the question now pinges on, how do you establish authenticity and reliability of all of these texts textual tradition that is available to us?
It's actually not the question.
That's the question for me, to you.
Well, yeah, so my question is, at first was, where does Jesus say this? That was the question. Not on, is this reliable, is this reliable, is this reliable, is this reliable? When we look at the text of all the claims of what Jesus said,
Where?
we do not.
Where do you look?
In the earliest testaments that we have.
Where are they?
His words. The New Testament.
That's wrong. Again.
No,
That's what I'm saying. New Testament. I will let you speak every, but I want to clarify
Yeah, but
something.
let me land this. Let me land.
But you misunderstood my question.
No, I'm trying to explain my point.
But do you understand my question, though?
I understand your question.
Go ahead.
You asked me how.
Go ahead. Answer the question.
This is what I'm saying is, you're changing the conversation.
I am not.
How do you determine what's reliable?
Yes.
My question is, no, it's not that. My first question was, does Jesus mention the Ahmed, and if so, where? I haven't seen anywhere where he does that.
Okay.
So if you can provide that for me,
Sure.
that would be beautiful.
Sure. So this is what I'm trying to establish.
Okay.
Whatever Christ said or not said, let me just remind you, so if you didn't remember, there are reports in some Gospels, Christ is saying something like this: I have many things to tell you. Many things. Not one thing, not two things, many things. But you cannot bear them. But when I go, he will come and tell you. That means whatever Christ said, he said many things, but he didn't actually tell them, these disciples. So the things that he didn't say, that also did he tell to someone else, number one. Because he didn't tell them, right? Like he didn't meet Paul in real life when he was alive.
He did.
No. Paul, in real life.
In real life. Jesus is alive.
In real life, Paul didn't meet Christ.
Yes, he did.
Don't tell me, because Paul saw a vision, not real Jesus, right?
Wait,
Let's leave that. Let's leave that.
He's alive.
A vision and a dream is not the same as seeing you. If I see you in my dream, and if I see you now physically, is it the same? It's not the same. So I don't have to even elicit an answer from you.
Did Muhammad
Let me clarify.
see Jesus and Abraham and Moses?
Let me clarify.
In the night journey?
Let me clarify.
That
So
was a vision.
let me clarify.
But you believe that?
Hang on. To clarify, I'm making a distinction.
It's a
Making a distinction.
it's a double standard.
I'm making a distinction. Making a distinction. I am telling you.
Okay.
So now, when we say, where did Christ say these things, right? You have documents in which you say, these are the documents that we believe say so, right? The question inevitably that comes is, how reliable are these documents in which they supposedly talk about what Christ said or Christ did? So it's important for us to verify and authenticate these documents. What are the, no, you can respond, but here's my question. Here's my question. What are the criteria that we can use to determine the authenticity and reliability of what Christ said in those available documents?
Got you. So let me ask you this, and just a quick answer, please, so I can pick it back off. When you quoted Jesus saying, I have many things to say to you, but you can't bear them now, was that authentic? Is that an authentic?
For me, it's not, but for you it is.
Wait, no, you don't know what's authentic for me.
Okay, it's not authentic for you in the Gospels? I'll take it.
Time out. Just don't misrepresent me. I won't do that to you. You quoted it.
What did I say earlier?
Please stop.
What did I say?
Interrupt you?
What did I say?
Did I interrupt you?
Yes, you did.
No, I
Carry
did
on
not.
anyway.
I sat here and let you speak.
Oh, no, you interrupted me earlier on.
I let you speak.
It's on
Yeah,
video.
It's on camera.
Continue.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So you quoted, you said in one of these documents, Jesus says, and you built your argument on, there's other words that Jesus mentioned that are not found here, and he didn't tell you what these words are. That's what you built your case on. So now when I asked you, okay, let's rewind, that verse that you quoted, was it authentic? You said no. So then therefore, you don't know if there were other words. You can't say that there were many words that Jesus didn't say to his disciples. You don't know if he didn't say everything.
Let me respond.
No, let me finish.
Okay, finish and I will respond.
So you don't know if Jesus didn't say everything. For all we know, he did. Especially according to the Quran, he said everything that was in the Injil. He revealed the Injil from the Quran's paradigm. So he didn't miss anything. Now,
still again.
We'll see. So now, but you didn't finish the verse. He says, I have many things to say to you now, right? But I have many things to say to you, but you can't bear them now. But when the Holy Spirit comes, who the Father will send in my name, He will guide you into all truth. For some reason, you left it out. I don't know why. But
I can tell you why right now. Because it wasn't important. The point I was trying to make is there are many things you're supposed to say.
It's very important. So here it is.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Where are they recorded those many things?
This is what I'm asking. Your Quran says, it makes a claim, Jesus mentioned Ahmed to come after him. Where did he say that?
I'm telling you, in my turn, I'm explaining to you.
All right.
Just like the prophecies of Christ himself cannot be found even by his name even once in the Old Testament, the entirety of the Old Testament, we say, this way the Quran is saying, he was described to them by description, by attributes, right? So the Prophet was known to them, not only by like, this is what it says X, Y, and Z, but it was all known through description. Just like the absence of every single book of the Old Testament in which the name of Christ is not even mentioned once. You assume it's referring to Jesus. It might well refer to Hare Krishna, right? So now, let's come back to the point I'm saying. When I say Jesus says many things, I didn't say this was authentic to me. I am saying, you consider, Avery, this part authentic to you, binding to you, not to me, to you. So from your own binding, at least, you should say, right, I agree there were many things you were supposed to say he didn't, right? So the question I asked you again, which you didn't answer, is this. The criteria of determining authenticity and reliability. Let's go and hear once again.
Okay. So you mentioned how, you try to make a parallel, how Jesus, the Old Testament prophecies about Jesus.
Are you answering the question or are you going back to
I'm
something?
responding to you. I'm responding to you because you didn't answer my question.
Direct questions.
Yeah, I asked the direct question and you didn't answer me.
What was the direct question?
My direct question was, your Quran says Jesus mentioned Ahmed. Where did he say that? That was a direct question. And you didn't answer me directly. You went on waffling about.
You misunderstood.
Well, stop.
You misunderstood.
Okay. Well, you're misunderstanding me then.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I can tell you that I'm not.
All right. So let me respond. Can I?
No, what are you responding to? You're claiming that I'm responding.
I wrote down what you said.
No.
So I'm
and what did I say?
You're wasting my time.
What did I say?
I'm about to say it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you mentioned how that Jesus, the Old Testament prophecies about Jesus, we won't find Jesus prophesied by name in the Old Testament. However, we can find descriptions of him in these Old Testament prophecies. And likewise, it will be like Muhammad, where we don't find his name explicitly, but the Quran says we'll find his descriptions. However, this is where you have a problem, Mansur. Your problem is that your Quran says we'll find him by name. It says it. It says Jesus said, a messenger named Ahmed will come after me. So I'm asking, where did he say this? Wait, pause. So this is where it's a false equivocation. It's not the same thing. It's a false parallel. With Jesus, the Bible doesn't say in the Old Testament, we'll find the Messiah by name. However, we do. Isaiah 49:6, it mentions Yeshua, the salvation of Christ. So we do find him by name. Wait. Slow pause. Look, here's the thing.
Don't make claims to.
Wait.
Have a discussion. Engage with me.
I am.
You're not engaging with me.
I need you to engage with me.
So what I'm saying is.
You said that we find descriptions of Muhammad, right? We don't have to find his name, which it says that elsewhere in 7157 that we find him written. Okay, that doesn't by name.
Do you have the Bible?
61 verse 6.
Finish what you have to say because you don't seem to be engaging. Anyway,
I'm engaging with you directly. You're not engaging with me.
No, you're not listening to my clarification necessary.
Let's listen to each other. 61 verse 6 says Ahmed is mentioned by name. Where?
I'll answer again. You do not have the document surviving, and I'll tell you why. The existence.
Wait, say that part again. Sorry. Repeat yourself. I didn't hear.
You do not possess the documents in which we can find these names, and I'll tell you why. Because Christians have been, as well as the Jewish people, throughout the centuries, corrupting these so-called words attributed to the prophets and messengers and nice persons. For example, I alluded to you how the corruption took place even in the first 400 years of Christianity. People were corrupting the text left, right and center. Now, what's more important about the God we worship or so-called prophecies here and there. What's more important?
I'll answer you. It's true. Like, for example, if Allah says anything wrong in the Quran
About him.
anything,
Yeah?
if He says
No, we're
anything,
talking about concept of God.
okay, can God be wrong about anything?
Let me answer.
No, it's a yes or no, please, because it's my turn to speak.
Hang on. You want me to answer me yet
hold on.
in a controlled way? Look.
Okay, hold on. Can God be wrong?
Do you want to talk to them?
No!
Do you want me to answer?
Can God be wrong about anything?
Let me answer.
It's a yes or no, so I can continue.
Do you want me to answer?
No, it's okay.
Okay,
So the answer, as we get from the crowd, is a no. Okay, I hope you agree. I don't know. You might be a
Irrelevant, because you don't allow me to answer. You're so.
We'll see.
Anyway, continue.
So the answer for the crowd and most Muslims.
Speak to the crowd. Speak to the crowd.
To you. And I'm just
If you're
letting you know
gonna, look, it's unfair. If you're going to speak to me, why don't you ask me and get an answer?
Because you're unfair. So I don't ask your supporters.
You're very unfair. You asked the question and you don't give me an opportunity to answer.
The question,
Ask him again.
Okay. Can God be wrong about anything? Yes or no?
Are you finished?
Yes or no?
Okay. Let the crowd tell him. Ask him. Is he finished?
It's a yes or no.
Are you finished? Are you finished?
I'm asking this for a reason.
I am going to answer, but I don't want you to interrupt.
All right,
Are you finished?
Yeah, so no. So it's okay.
No. It's not okay.
It's a no. I don't
It's
want
not
you-
okay.
I don't want you to
It's
answer.
not okay.
I don't want you to
Then I don't want to
answer.
talk to you.
It's okay.
I don't want to talk to you.
That's fine.
Because you don't seem to be engaging with me.
away now.
You're running away.
Don't run away now.
You're not worthy of my time or your time.
Come on, Mansur.
How can I have a conversation when you don't engage? Shameful on you, isn't it? Shameful. You are here to play a game. Look, we busted your game right now. If you want to continue to talk to me, hang on. We busted your game here. You busted your game.
That's why you don't want to
So
answer.
if you want to engage with me talking,
That's why you don't want to
hear
answer.
my answer.
That's why you don't want to answer.
So have you finished?
Busted your game.
Have you
That's
finished?
why you don't want to answer the question.
Have you finished answering the
Okay,
question?
how about I'm going to just respond.
Have you finished your question?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Finish your question, then I'll answer.
Okay, thank you. All right. So the question was, can Allah be wrong about anything? Mansur refused to answer the question.
You didn't give me the opportunity to
Everybody
speak.
else.
Correction.
Yes.
You did not give me the opportunity to speak to. You didn't give me the opportunity to speak to. Excuse me. Did he give me the opportunity to speak to?
Yes or no? Yeah. It's a yes or no, Mansur. It's a yes or no, Mansur.
Does it mean that really shows the intellectual maturity of the Christian crowd? Shameful.
Hey,
Zero.
the Christians have the intellectual capacity to answer a simple question.
How can I answer this? As we now realize, you are not sincere to have a discussion with a Muslim.
I don't think you're sincere.
Hang on.
You haven't been able to answer the question. Why are you refusing to answer a question?
I haven't refused.
Yes, you have.
You are not allowing me to respond.
Yes, here it is. Is Allah be wrong? Yes or no, Mansur?
I'm answering.
Yes, a yes or no?
Okay. He's not finished clearly. He's not finished.
Yes or no?
Okay, stop there. And can I answer?
It's a yes or no.
Can I answer?
Just give me yes or no.
Can I answer?
Let me
Do you have a verbal diarrhea?
Let me tell you
problem.
why.
He has a verbal diarrhea problem.
Let me tell you
He
why.
can't finish asking the question. He has to repeat it a million times.
Of course. So here it is. Mansur.
I want to answer. Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop?
Can you answer?
So I want to answer now.
So it's a yes or no?
I am going to answer.
Once you get the yes or no,
I am going to answer. I'm going to answer.
Yeah, I'm going to continue my turn after the yes or no.
I want to answer. Are you afraid to hear it? Are you scared of the answer? Are you scared of the answer? You can carry on.
We spoke about at least a minute, right?
You can carry on afterwards.
Okay, but here's the thing. No, it's a yes or no, and then I go.
You're scared of the answer?
You will carry on afterwards.
So it's a yes or no.
Are you scared to hear the answer?
I want yes or no.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what? the answer is God cannot be wrong in anything.
Thank you.
So I answered without saying yes or no. I didn't play your game. I didn't play his game. I was able to answer without saying yes or no.
Thank you. All right, guys.
Your game was busted.
Oh, you're right. Right. And now, again, my game was busted.
Yes.
And now we're about to see how Muhammad just got busted by you.
Concept of God we are talking
You
about.
busted Muhammad. Let me show you how. Because now watch this, guys. So look.
Concept of God is important. We're going to come back to that.
Now watch this.
Don't jump away.
So the concept of God is important, right?
Yes.
The concept of God is
Most important.
I got you, Mansur. Relax.
You relax.
So the concept of God is
Don't jump away like this.
So
We'll talk about it.
the concept of God.
Yeah, well, let's hear it.
So one of the intricate characteristics of him is that he cannot be wrong. He cannot be false.
Absolutely agree.
So if he gets this wrong, Mansur, if he says that Jesus mentioned Ahmed to come after him and it didn't happen, then Allah is not God in the Quran. He's not God because he fails when it comes to the concept of the true God. He can't be wrong. So that's why we're investigating this. This is important.
Are you finished?
Wait,
Are you not finished?
No, I'm not. Okay?
Finish your point.
What you said. Okay? So
Move up a bit. Don't relax. Have some private space.
So look. So when you say, for example, that we don't have any of the documents where we can see or verify where Jesus said this. We have no evidence of this claim, right? That's what you said. We don't have any evidence really of Jesus' words. That's what you said. So we can't find this. So what you
That's what I said. But anyway, I'll let you continue. You have a memory problem. I need to continue. Sometimes I lose my memory.
Yeah.
That's fine. No worries. It's okay.
So it's good. It's good. So you said this is because over the centuries, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th century, the Christians have corrupted their scripture, and that's why we cannot find the true words of Jesus. For example, him mentioning that Ahmed will come after him. So you just busted Muhammad, where your Quran says, and Allah, by the way, because Allah says that they had the Injil, they had the gospel that Jesus preached, they had it with them.
Do you have them?
Do you have them? Wait. You're saying that we don't?
Of course not.
Okay, good. So what is the Injil?
Let me tell you. Exactly. So now it's my turn to speak. Right?
Absolutely. What is
Thank you. I'll take it. And then I'll go back to the concept of God.
What's the Injil?
Excuse me. So now, the Injil is what God gave to Isa alayhi salam.
What was that?
You're interrupting. I'm explaining.
Let him speak. Let him speak.
Do you have a problem?
I have a problem of letting people lie.
Zero. Nothing.
I'm trying to help you be on track.
You just called me a liar.
Yes, I did.
End of discussion.
Why are you heading it?
He couldn't tell me what the Injil was.
He calls me a liar. He should have at least have.
After you
his intellectual ability to say maybe you're mistaken.
Now you can dish out what you can't take.
Excuse me.
You can dish out what you can't take.
Look. I'm not interested in speaking to someone who accused people of lying.
But
when you could have
accused me of having a memory problem, of messing up your words. So you can insult my intelligence, but I can't say that you're a liar.
Is there anyone else
you're a liar.
capable to speak about
is there anybody else who's a Muslim that could tell me where the heck
go speak to them.
Jesus saying
But
Ahmed?
anyone? That's it. I thought that was a good discussion, but of course I cannot speak to someone who makes claims like that. Anybody Muslim. See you later.
All right, take care.
It's not